G'day everybody, Oliver Jones, leader and founder of the Earth Guard Astral Projection Crew. Welcome back to the show. Now, our team has two campaigns to complete at the moment, which each one of them involves a string of missions. And one is about jurisdiction, law, and ownership in our solar system. So exactly who has the title deeds to all the planets and the sun? And that is a fascinating question. And the other one is about reviving, recovering, and releasing some new breeds of elementals. It seems that some elementals have been captured and have been siphoned for life force. And they've been gone so long that most of us don't even know they exist anymore. So let me tell you what we've been up to.
I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
For those of you who are interested, I have a course that begins on the 2nd of July. It's probably the most comprehensive astral projection course you'll find. Check out my website, alibarjones.com, and have a look at the class curriculum. It is rich. There's a lot in there. And a lot of the people who complete that course go on to join our teams and make a difference in the future of our planet. So check out the website and get into it. Anyway, here is the story. So this morning, after a bit of discussion, our team started to look at the legal situation in our solar system. You may remember that Gaia and the Sun said that their whole situation would be strengthened immeasurably if we can figure out who owns which planet and what they're doing with it and why. Because there's a lot of nefarious characters here, claiming planets on, well, let's just call it dodgy paperwork. So we've been looking at all those contracts, and the first one that came up was Jupiter. What was really entertaining was the very, very beginning. We go to a ready room where we prepare for the mission ahead. We put on our shields, prep our weapons, but just and sort of download whatever energies we need at the beginning of the mission. We go to the end of the mission and download the energies we need at the beginning, so that we're not at a loss when we're on the spot. But today, one of our staff, one of our crew, was handed a shovel and some lab equipment by Gaia. And, she said, you'll know what to do with it. And everybody's sort of scratching their head going, right, okay, what's going on there? And this is where it comes back to what the mantoids have been doing in the spirit world on Jupiter. You see, they're running a 4D mining operation. It was originally supposed to be an Alpha Centauri, but I think Alpha Centauri has some law and order, and the Sol system does not. And so what it effectively was a slave colony, a slave mine. And so it was a gulag for beings of species all from everywhere. We have no idea how many different planets were represented in the 200,000 slave spirits that we rescued. The shovel and lab equipment was to find the mass grave of 230,000 dead spirits. And the lab equipment was to confirm the cause of death, where they were worked to death. Now, in the courtroom, it was really, really interesting because, as it turns out, Jupiter had signed the docket, had signed the contract that allowed those mantoids to come to Jupiter. The strange thing, because as soon as they signed, the 1, 2, 3 page contract, the mantoids added 200 or 300 other pages to the contract and made it a completely different animal. And the chief mantoid was incredibly smug. Like, you can't touch me, you'll never get me in court. Why? Because he'd instituted a facility in the contract that allowed it to change form and shape, to change content. at his whim. And so the contract that Jupiter signed wasn't one contract, it was six, and he could interchange the paperwork behind the scenes. And so that when he presented a contract, it was the contract that the other one wanted to see. It was a very, very strange thing, and that was the ace that he had up his sleeve. But he was brought to justice, just like he should have been. And so too were all of the other nefarious characters. But Jupiter was acquitted for signing a contract like this. Why? Because of disclosure. The Mantoids didn't tell her everything that they were planning on. So it's a weird little thing, but what it means is that we were able to recover the title deeds for Jupiter and return them to Jupiter. So, and Jupiter's got some shadow work to do in this one, but it was the this situation, this gulag, this spiritual gulag on Jupiter, was the very, very first thing that anybody asked us to do. It was the very lowest frequency occurrence on our planet, with the exception of some of the ones on Earth. But I don't know how much cruelty that they were meting out in that place, but it was pretty rough. The spirits were sent to Galactic Sun, where they were redistributed back to their home planet. In the cases where their home planet no longer existed, they were rehabilitated there to find their own way in the universe. I can only imagine, but it's really beyond our facility to look after 200,000 spirits. It's not that wouldn't be a good job. We wouldn't be the first people you'd ask to do that job. We can't babysit 200,000 spirits, but there are others who can. But now the world's a better place. Anyway, my love to you all. Stay well, and bye for now.
I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.